Adam, simple question here. There's been a lot of discussion lately with the 2 early series against the Braves and the Nationals' lack of ability to beat them. Why can't Washington beat Atlanta?
I would say there's probably 2 ways to answer it, and they're both pretty simple. The first is that the Braves are just really good.
Yeah.
So the games are never going to be, it's not a team that you just come in and trounce no matter how much talent you have. Number 2 is that I do think there's something to the fact that they have not had success against the Braves has sort of seeped into both teams' psyches. Simmons, Andrelton Simmons, said that after the series. He said, I think that we're in their heads a little bit. And James Wagner had a really good blog post this morning talking about some of the poor defensive play from the weekend. And Mark Wiedemeyer, the kind of defensive coach and sort of coordinator, the guy who aligns the defense, he even said, I think we're in the right spots, and the reason that we're making some of these errors is that we play tight when we're playing the Braves. He says he thinks there's something to that. So for a coach to sort of see that and admit that, certainly suggests that there's something there. It's not nothing. It's not the sort of like contrived kind of narrative that we're trying to come up with. It is actually true. Like they play differently when they're playing the Braves, especially in key moments. I mean, a lot of these games, it's not like the Braves are running them out of the stadium. They did it on Sunday, but most of these games have been extra inning, 1-run kind of games where the Braves make the right play at the right time, and the Nationals don't make the play at a crucial time. So
we're all about contrived narratives on this show.
I know.
Don't
I
ruin
that.
No. I do, but can the Nationals win the NL East, continuing to get pummeled by the Braves? Last year they won 6 out of 6 and 13. This year they're 1-5. Can they actually win the NL East by continuing to lose to Atlanta?
It's possible, but it'd be really tough. Just on the fact that if it's like an 11-game swing at the end, that's just a lot of ground to make up in the other 145 or 140 games or so. And so they could, but it's just your degree of difficulty and your sort of margin of error against every other team is that much smaller. It is important, and the Nationals do this well, to if you're going to be a playoff team, to sort of beat up on the bad teams. That's really important. But at some point, you do have to kind of hold your own against the better teams. It's not just Atlanta.
Right.
They're going to get a really good chance this weekend against the Cardinals because they've played really bad against not just the Braves, but last year they got crushed against the Dodgers and the Cardinals. So every division winner last year really had their number. So they will get a chance to sort of get over one of those hurdles, a little less noticeable hurdle than the Braves, but the Cardinals this weekend will be a good chance for them to sort of show what they're made of against a good team, I guess.